Hi, Tom Paskiewicz with Affiliated Control. I'd like to talk to you about Maycad, Maytech's free-to-use design software. Today I'm going to show you how the door tool works. This tool is very handy for the creation of doors within your Maytech design. You can easily make changes without redesigning the door. Let's take a look at the software.
Okay, so looking at the software, we're going to start with the same box we ended with when we were doing the panels. Just simply right-click and rotate it around. Get it kind of centered in the frame. And up in the top toolbar, you'll see Door. Here you'll just select Door, and you'll select the side of the frame that you want the hinges on. If you want it to open to the left, you can select the left. If you go over and select to the right, it'll hinge to the right. So we're just going to hinge it to the right. Simply click on it, and it creates the door. You can see, well, maybe you don't want these hinges, maybe you don't want this type of handle. Simply right-click, select Door Settings, and now we can alter anything within the door that we'd like. So let's say we want to go with a different panel. So we're going to take 5.6 millimeter polycarb, and we want it framed with cover caps. So that means that the door is framed. It's not just a panel with hinges, and it's going to have cover caps on the corners. You can select the different types of hinges. I prefer our standard hinge, and then the placement means they're either flat against the outside of the profile, or this type of hinge can be piano style. So all you'll see is the barrel of the hinge on the outside. You select how many hinges you want, the distance you want them apart, and whether you want the end symmetric. So it will kind of center. If you add 3 hinges, it'll center all 3 of them. It'll put 1 hinge in the center and separate the other 2. As far as the retainer, so this is where you get your slam latches with locks or a deadbolt. If you don't want any, you would just simply select 0 and it will take it out. And then you can also select the handle. So typically, it'll automatically default to the aluminum handle. We'll put this type of handle on because this is a cool handle. And again, it will center it. And then it will ask for the gap. If you want to, it'll default to a 5 millimeter gap all the way around, but you can change that if you'd like. So and then you just click Apply. It'll take a little bit of time here for it to process all that information, and you can see now we've changed the door. We've got the nice barrel hinges. We're a framed door, clear polycarb, and if you're satisfied with that, then you're all done. You just created a door. If you decide, you know what, I don't want to do the door that way, I want to change something else, you can go back into the door settings. Let's say you didn't want it framed, or you wanted to go with a bifold door. The bifold door is a little more complicated, but it takes a little bit of time to zero in the difference. But let's say you wanted a double door. So, and you can separate the doors based on if you want one door larger than the other, etc. We're going to put the deadbolt back in. We'll keep everything else the same, except, we'll keep everything else the same. And just like that, instead of erasing the door and creating a double door and doing all the extra work, the tool does it for you. Oh, the only thing it didn't do was put my hinges back in piano style. So we can quickly hop in, change that from normal to piano. And again, you can change features as you play around with them. It's a really handy tool, and it makes it very nice for doing doors.
Contact me today to set up an appointment so we can talk about your application, set up a demo, do software training, talk about other Maytech products or any of the other companies we represent. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your time.